Okay, the first thing that you need to do is note what kind of iPad you have. This one is the Purple Flower. There's also Fireworks and then one with a white case. If there's a password, it is 0601. The next step is to find the editing program, and that is iMovie. We are going to start a new project, and that will be a movie. Make sure to choose the blue news template, just like Crowder Blue, as opposed to one of these others. And hit create. We are going to add some video to the so down to the screen, and so first let's choose some B-roll, and then we'll have an expert source, and then maybe a bit more let's see, that one. Oh, nope, that's just something we don't need, so we're going to delete it. Maybe something from a ball game. This is just a sample, so it doesn't really matter. A student source, and then a few seconds for our closing segment. Okay. So the first thing we want to do, that's a long interview, is edit. And in looking at this, we can maybe stop it right here, because then it starts to go toward too much parking lot. Okay, so we're going to split and then come over to the other side of the parking lot and about right there, and do another split. And so we're going to select all of this middle part and delete it. And so now we play it, and that's a pretty jumpy edit. And so we're going to select the transition, and you have choices such as dissolve. Slide is a good one. Let's try that one. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, at the beginning, and this will just show, well, we're going to put a title, and it's only going to show in that first part. So that was another reason that we wanted to have a break, because it'll only go to the first edit. But we'll select that, and we're going to put a title. We always choose the blue titles that match the blue template, and we actually want an opening title. And so we just put our text in here, practice video, and we are done. And then we have our source, and you'll listen to this and you'll just have the best parts of it, cut out any of the and extra things that you don't need. So again, you use action if the split is not available. And again, at the beginning, you want to have a title that identifies your source. And so we'll put her name, and then also the position here at Crowder. Okay, we're done. And so you'll notice that ends wherever your transition is. Okay, maybe we don't need all of this. We've listened to it, and it's maybe too much. Okay, then we have some more B-roll, and now our student source. And so again, we put in the title, and for the student, you'll want to have their name and what high school that they're from, and you'll spell that all out. Not he, high school. And then also whether they're a freshman. Oh, okay. Freshman. There we go. Okay, and then at the very end, you'll want to record, well, you'll also want to have a title here for yourself. Now this one, instead of being a middle, it's going to be the closing title, and that's where you'll put your name as the reporter. Okay, also during this part, and it says it's, maybe that's all there is to it, so that may not be quite long enough, but here's where you want to record yourself saying, and this is Libby Bailey reporting for Crowder Century News. So you hit record. And this is Libby Bailey reporting for Crowder Century News. And just as I said, it wasn't long enough of a clip. And so we can replace that clip with that, with something longer. But that's generally how you do it. And you can either cancel or accept that. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that because I know that I would need to replace that with something longer or add to it. Okay, now at the beginning you'll also record your narrative explaining what this event is, and you'll want to have that written out so that it'll be easier for you to say. And again, you'll hit the record button, which sometimes you have to hit it hard enough to, and then hit record, and then say what you need to say there. And we're going to go ahead and cancel that. So, just to preview it, and there would be narrative here.
Go ahead and answer questions. Okay.
And obviously that part would have been cut out, but just for this practice, that just shows what that would be like. Okay, so we're done here. We're assuming that all of our edits are good. And so we will rename this. Okay. And then finally, we're going to upload it to YouTube. But I do want to note that when you do this, that private comes up as a default. It's checked there, and you need to make it public. And probably 720 is what you need it to be. And I'll give instructions for how to do that later. Okay, and now that video shows up.